How many homeless people call Macon home? That's what the Bibb County Commissioner wants to try to answer with roughly a $250,000 survey. It was tabled last meeting, but county leaders are expected to discuss it further tomorrow morning. Ashlyn Webb joins us in studio with more on Virgil Watkins' pitch to commission.
Yes, Commissioner Virgil Watkins says he believes the homeless population in Macon could be more than what the county and state estimates, but he says they need a more in-depth study to find out for sure.
You know, most folks only think about, like I say, the 5-6 people you see downtown. But yeah, I think we're living in a city where literally a third, 30%, according to the census, is living below the poverty line.
Macon-Bibb County Commissioner Virgil Watkins says each year the state does a simple count on how many beds are filled in shelters across the county. But he says the county needs a more accurate count.
Getting it into the more in depth into the who, the why, the where.
So he's proposing using $250,000 in American Rescue Plan money to send out social workers to do a survey. Watkins says he wants the study to focus on the circumstances of those living on the street.
You know, whether or not people are veterans, whether or not it's mental illness, where are they sheltered when they're not in the bed.
Are they literate or illiterate? Do they wish to stay homeless, or do they want to work towards having a place of their own? Those are just some questions Watkins says he wants the survey to answer.
But to actually spend the time to get the good, clean data collected on the issue in a way that we haven't done in the past, I think will just be helpful to the county on our decision making and policy making, and the nonprofit community at large who's trying to provide assistance and hopefully eradicate homelessness from our area.
Watkins says he also wants to see a better breakdown on demographics, like how much of the homeless population is made up of families, children, or single men and women. Right now, Watkins says the Brookdale Warming Center mostly houses families. He says more data will help leaders develop a more targeted approach.
So you start taking chops at it like that, breaking down those subgroups till you're left with whatever the hardest problem is. Again, that's going to be young men, mostly experiencing some type of form of mental illness.
Watkins says if this passes, he wants the survey to happen within the next 90 days. Several commissioners seem to be on board with the census itself, but some question the cost. That'll all be discussed tomorrow. We'll bring you the latest then. Lori, back to you.
Thank you, Ashlyn. A 2017 report from the State Department of Community Affairs found Macon had one of the highest homeless populations in the state. The report counted 310 total homeless persons in Bibb County, 174 of which were not staying in did not stay at a shelter.